It's just my theory. I'm a vampire, and I am here sucking the fun out of people's lives. I'm a fun vampire. Well, if you are new here, we are currently in the brackets for Kuso6rande. For these specific matches, the players will have an hour to race through a game, but due to the way that this round goes, they got 3 choices of GMs who could possibly give a game out. If they chose the same GM, then that's who they got, and if they chose different GMs, then, well, they got the one that neither of them chose. So let's see who the GMs are. First, Iron GM. Look, every year I make some sort of stupid RoboCop reference, but this year I'm not because I'm Batman. It is our friendly GM, Kuso6rande. Iron GM number 2 is Control Scream. That is our friend Donkey Klonk. And finally, Iron GM, wait, you're still here? Dana. And yeah, Dana is still here. Don't be too surprised. McCyborg! I only caught a tiny bit of your run for Fastest Furs. It's pretty dang cool. Glad that you were able to do that. Windrider Shiva, thank you so much as well for the sub. Now let's see our first player of the thing. What the crap am I saying? The match. The first match that we have. Our first player, Alpha 5, decided to go for Kuso6rande. And our second player, well, Alpha 5 specifically said that he wanted to play RoboCop Chicken. In essence, if the other player chooses Kuso6rande, they get RoboCop, and if not, they get somebody else. Second player also chose RoboCop. So Kuso6rande is our first GM today. Kuso6rande, come on in. I want to talk. I want to see what kind of fun you got.
So, I ran into a conundrum today.
Yeah?
Yeah. You see, Alpha 5 said he wanted RoboCop, but I don't do that anymore because I'm Batman.
Yeah, it's true.
But I lied. It's totally RoboCop 2 for the Amiga.
RoboCop 2 for the Amiga. Look, it's only $7.99.
Yeah, they asked for it.
Yeah, specifically, Alpha 5 said, I want to play RoboCop Chicken. And guess what? Alpha 5 got RoboCop Chicken. Hey, Mike, thank you so much for resubscribing. Yeah, there's always more RoboCop in the RoboCop stand. Whatever. I don't know. RoboCop does stand. He doesn't really bend. So how are you doing? How are you doing, Kuso6rande? It's been not too long since Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'm doing good. I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah. I've been playing a decent amount too.
I know, because you and I are friends, and so your Drivatar keeps showing up in my matches and you're a jerk. Literally, guys, right? Brosentia's Drivatar, right, cheats more than the yellow car in RC Pro-Am.
Apparently.
And
yeah.
Like anytime there's any rubber banding going on in this, it's Brosentia. It's not anybody else. It's always Brosentia that just suddenly shoots from like 10th into like 1st.
You'd be surprised how often that happens in my actual matches, because I go all over the place in...
And if I'm not doing an off-road match, Brosentia to start jams on reverse and hits the person behind it.
Okay, so I have a feeling it actually is learning from my playstyle, because I definitely ram people all the time on purpose. Why? Because sometimes it helps. Not always, but sometimes it helps. Yeah, if I'm making a turn and I see that there are cars that will slow me down if I ram into them and help me make the turn better, then sure, we're colliding, okay? Like, ending a match without broken windows is unheard of for me.
Oh yeah, I mean these things happen.
They certainly do. Oh my gosh. You're messaging me to play Action 52 tomorrow? I've been feeling like, okay, I had a medical procedure this week. That is my excuse this week. I've actually felt pretty dang nauseous, but I was like, no, we're not canceling Kuso6rande. I want to do Kuso6rande. I want to have it today, since everything's scheduled and everybody is already ready. And we've got more Kuso6rande tomorrow, and then I'll see. Like, if I still feel kind of sick, then no. But I really want to play more Action 52 really soon, Corndan.
Well, I mean, at some point in time, you do have to finish it all.
Yeah.
Or something.
Maybe I'll do it. It depends on how I feel. Medical excuse? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, they looked into my stomach and said, wow, your stomach is trying to escape through your throat. I'm like, that's not good. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Happens to a lot of people. Take some more antacids, that'll help. That was basically the attitude that we had. Well, here's RoboCop 2 for the Amiga. I see some soda, I see some high scores, and I see both Alpha 5 and the Fizz already on this screen. Let me go talk to them and see if they're ready to begin the race. I do like the chat's noting the Coca-Cola cans. Totally not Coca-Cola, it's energy.
It's energy.
I'm surprised. I'm actually like, we're already like 4 minutes ahead of the hour. This is a rare occurrence, but I am happy.
I mean, the setup for this goes pretty fast, right? We gave them an options file, so everything's consistent. You know, and so
yeah.
An Amiga runs generally pretty well, so.
Well, everybody, I need you to get all of your soda or RoboCop emotes, anything that is related to those two, because we are doing the countdown. What?
Hostages, right?
Hostages.
You got hostages.
Yeah, screaming people, definitely. Spam your emotes, because as soon as I see movement, I am starting our timer. Ah, yeah.
All right, so welcome to RoboCop 2. This is the best RoboCop 2, I think.
By best.
I mean, that's not a high mark, by the way. So this one, just like everything else, you still got to get all the nuke and save all the people. You can shoot the hostages.
Well, I mean, you can do that in Xena as well, so I guess it's not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you so much, Bad Check Pun, for the sub there. We are on to this hot match between Alpha 5 and the Fizz, and after this, I believe we're done with the winner's bracket for Iron GM, unless I'm mistaken.
I believe so. And to comment, chat is already saying, Cadus has already said, they said that this seems kind of playable so far. Cadus, this is probably the most playable RoboCop 2 out of all of them. It's still not very good. Right, but, I mean, I think if I had this as a kid, I wouldn't be super upset.
Yeah, honestly, like, this, it behaves like a game as far as I can tell so far, so that's cool. It's not...
But, like the NES one, you still have to, like, save people and get nuke. Alpha 5's in a great spot on this, right? So that platform, right, if you pick up one of those cans of soda or whatever, right, you know, the time loss or whatever, it kicks you off that platform and you have to go all the way down again.
Yeah. I was going to say that this isn't Ocean, but I'm actually not sure who made this.
I think it is.
Yeah, it might be.
So the goal in this, just like everything else, is get all the nuke, save all the people.
It was published by Ocean, but actually developed by Special Effects Software. Maybe that's why it's better.
So, Alpha 5's got a pretty good handle on whether intentional or not. I mean, they've definitely picked up on it that basically shooting everything gets you the nuke. right?
Okay.
So Alpha 5's already gotten like 50% nuke.
And you need to get how much in order to beat the
I think
level?
it's like 70% or something, but the manual doesn't tell them. I gave them the controls out of the manual, and that's literally because that's really the only worthwhile thing in the manual. And not to be like, oh, the manual tells you other things, right, to do this. Like, it doesn't. The manual is like, here are the controls in like 15 different languages.
You know, one thing that I really appreciate about this game is that RoboCop in general is a very stiff machine-looking dude, you know?
And it controls like it.
Yeah, this definitely gives the correct appearance. Even if he kind of looks a little bit derpy. Oh, Alpha 5 exploding. It's fine.
So it definitely has what I like to call the Ghosts and Goblins problem, right? It's very committed jumps. Right.
I don't know. I see Alpha 5 jumping and being able to go left and right while in the air. That's less.
No. That's just the jump.
Wait, what? What do you mean that's just the jump?
Like it's a committed jump.
Why does that one person have like the arms of Shiva? Like I'm looking at the Fizz.
Yeah, I know what you're looking at. So for everyone who's saying something about this in chat, right? The only reason they got RoboCop was because Alpha 5 asked for it.
Yep.
Specifically, Alpha 5 wanted to play RoboCop Chicken.
Honestly, I think that this is completely fine. You know, they chose you out of love. They both agreed that they wanted you, and they get the best RoboCop game out there, possibly.
I was really torn, right, when giving this out. I was really torn between two different RoboCop games, if I had to give out a RoboCop game. I was really hoping for the first game, the first game I tried to give out.
Ooh.
But I also knew it's fairly notorious, right, for one section of the game. I'm not going to mention what it is, because I'm going to continue to keep trying to give it out. Right, we've had it in Kuso6rande before, but it's notorious for one very specific scene, all right, in the game.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't know the game, you knew that one. And then, so I was torn, right? They wanted to play, Alpha 5 wanted to play RoboCop Chicken. So who am I to, like, go against that,
I agree with you. I think it's a good idea,
And if I looked at the other two, GMs, right, that were given out here, right, Dana and Donkey Kong, that, it was going to be a Commodore 64 game. So I really thought about that. Like, doesn't matter who you get, you're getting a Commodore game. But, then I was like, well, this, Amiga's a Commodore.
It is, yeah.
Maybe we should go with that instead, right? Let's be nice. Let's be nice, sort of, for a change.
Yeah.
And so this instead.
Yeah, as kind as you've ever been, thank you, Corndan. I like to see that you have a little soft spot in your heart for the players who love you.
This is one of those games, I really don't like this game, but at the same token, right, as far as like RoboCop goes, it's great.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad about getting this out.
By the way, one of the people who everybody is looking at the beautiful artwork here, including the awkward pose of RoboCop here. One of the artists who worked for this game is also one of the artists for the various Lego games. Yeah, Lego Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Lego Jurassic Park, Lego City Undercover. They also did Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. So, they've definitely done some fantastic artwork and some sort of questionable work.
Legitimately, I think this is fairly good artwork.
For the Amiga? Heck yeah. This looks great. Like, RoboCop just looks very awkward, but that's it.
16-bit sort of thing. But RoboCop's supposed to be awkward.
Yeah.
Right? He's like a cyborg. Of course he's going to be awkward.
I mean, RoboCop's a parody of action movies,
No, RoboCop is a Jesus allegory.
Well, that too.
And that's legitimate, right? The director has even come out and said so. RoboCop's a Jesus allegory.
So why does the elevator keep disappearing for the players?
The elevator? You mean the jet pod or whatever it is?
I mean, it elevates.
I mean, yeah. So as soon as you pick up any of the like pickups there, right, it drops down. You don't need it anymore because you got a pickup.
Well, that's fair.
So the difficulty in this section where they're at is not in like navigating the enemies, right? It's not picking up pickups.
That's amazing. When pickups end up causing your death, you know we've got a quality game.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So here's the deal. With a lot of Ocean RoboCop games, especially RoboCop 2, the main mission of each stage is to collect a certain amount of nuke in order to destroy, because it's drugs. We're destroying drugs, and then get to the end of the stage.
We're taking kids and turning them into dope dealers.
Yeah, Cynical Razor is completely correct that one person did get shot in the crotch in RoboCop, so that's cool. I guess. Yeah, do we have... does RoboCop need to rescue any of the hostages? Do they matter?
I actually don't know, right? I want to say they do, but... Right, like I'm looking in the manual just to confirm, right? Because I think I always tried to collect them because I'm so used to thinking like the NES version. Right? And all it says is this. Right, like the whole manual is really like 3 pages, right? Test your skill and coolness under fire against the clock. Wage war against mobsters hellbent on destruction. Through the dangerous shadows of an old abandoned warehouse, you negotiate tricky obstacles in your fight against the totally addictive narcotic nuke. Retrieve part of your humanity by restoring vital memory and puzzles that put your mental dexterity to the test. Hone your weapon systems at the firing range. Remember to only shoot hostiles. The prime directive is to protect the innocent. Score in this section. If I look at status and scoring, points are awarded for shooting baddies, collecting nuke, and rescuing the hostages. So, I mean, based on that, I legitimately have no idea.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't really say. Thank you so much, Manual. I suppose the players will figure out how to beat a level. Alpha, I love that when you die, you go back to the beginning of the stage, which honestly, in some specific situations, that could possibly be beneficial, but I also think you only have 2 lives for the entire game, so maybe not.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. And so, right, the graphics on this are good, the sound effects are good, you know, it's Amiga, there's no music here for whatever reason, because a lot of Amiga games, just like a lot of Commodore 64 games, are either sound effects or music and not both, even though the Amiga could have totally done both here and not had it be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, but all of that's good, but the game is super hard and it's just not really that great.
It's really not. Apparently, the Amiga version of this game did receive general praise for the graphics and sound, and I would say that, you know, despite there not, you know, there's no music here, the Amiga often didn't have music if it had sound effects and vice versa. But yeah, the sound effects are actually pretty enjoyable. They're not grating at this point. And they also really liked the graphics, but apparently it was not very original per reviewers.
It's not really that great.
Yeah. Apparently one of the Amiga magazines said this was the best licensed product of 1990. And you know what? For the Amiga, that. I believe that. I absolutely do.
100% I believe that.
Yeah, the game already has issues, but I think it's probably more just because video game design has come so far since this release. Amiga games often were overly difficult.
So you do take damage here, right, when you murder hostages.
But don't do that.
And that's what just killed Alpha 5.
That was beautiful. Doop, 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 doop. Help! Doop, 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 doop. Help! Trinitronity, you're saying that you would buy the best licensed game for the Amiga for $1? Well, this was released for £8. Which, I don't know why we're using weight as an exchange for video games, but there we go.
Help!
Help!
So the important things here, and they kind of talk about in the manual, right, right, the worst guys here are the bazooka guys. You can kind of deal with everybody else. The bazooka guys are the worst.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, most of the time if you're getting hit, it's not a huge deal, especially since there are a lot of pickups, but the bazookas, yeah, you don't want those. Especially the part that Alpha 5 is at, like this jet platform section. Like, you have to dodge the health. There's just so much health. Well, Alpha 5 collected one, but didn't actually lose... Oh, there we go. The platform's gone this time. Apparently, if you're high enough on the screen, you can survive one health pickup.
One.
You can survive a health pickup. I literally am saying that right now in this stupid video game. What the crap? This is so dumb.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but like I feel like I remember this section.
Yeah, and so the last time we had it, we struggled actually both at where Alpha 5 is and where Fizz just got to. So basically after this section, you have to go punch through a wall, and then it's kind of like a gauntlet climbing section with so many guys. And it's doable. It's just really, you know, kind of a pain. So right now, Fizz is in the lead, but that's not really saying much.
Oh, is this the second area here?
No, Fizz died.
Oh.
But Fizz has made the most progress.
Okay, fair enough.
Fizz has made kind of the he's made kind of the first branch of progress, which is there's a wall you gotta punch through.
Yeah. Punch that wall. Bam. Yeah, somebody in chat, by the way, Nintendo until Call of Duty. Huh. Nintendo until COD is saying that they looked at this game. It looks good at first, but the design leaves a lot to be desired.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the design is what makes this frustrating. I still am kind of a fan of this elevator jet, or the jet platform section, just because of how dumb it is.
I love it specifically because it's like the dumbest thing.
Yeah, and it's extreme. Like, there's no reliable way to dodge it. I am glad that it doesn't punish you by killing you, you know, if you do collect something. In fact, it usually rewards you by punishing you. You know, you get health and then you go back to the bottom.
Pretty much.
Okay, Alpha 5 got past that jet section. Is this the wall punching area here?
No. So Fizz is getting closer to the wall punching area.
Okay. Help! There we go, a little more nuke.
So it's actually worthwhile to pick up the nuke, like even if it's just points, because it is a little bit of health.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, everything deals a decent amount of damage to you. Oh, here's the lasers. So,
yep. Beyond the lasers,
actually really like how wild this is with health, because you lose a lot of health, but you also gain a lot of health all the time, you know? It's not just you take a hit and you have to worry the rest of the stage to not take enough hits. As long as you're alive, you have a chance of coming back and even getting back to full health.
I mean, there's a possibility. It's... Where the fizz is at. So the fizz is breaking through that wall right now.
Ah, the fizz is through the wall. Yeah.
Right, so where the fizz is at, there's a whole bunch of guys, right, like above you and all that. You know, some of them shoot down, some of them don't. Right, there's guys with rockets. And so where the fizz is now is really difficult when it comes to health.
Okay, there's the breakable wall for Alpha 5. Let's see if I'll... Yeah, break that wall! Those sound effects are so good.
Aren't they?
I love them.
So, Alpha 5 may have a better time of this here because that spread gun is going to be a lot more useful here than the rapid fire.
Oh, yeah, the spread gun is clearing enemies out left and right. This is pretty good. Oh. However, Alpha 5 does not have a whole lot of health. Well, neither does the fizz. Help!
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 Help! Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about Alpha 5. I would be considering if there are options to get health refills, because this is...
There's not really in this location.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if Alpha 5 dies in just a little bit. Honestly, Alpha 5 may also be banking on the possibility that dying will still take you to this area, but I don't think it does. I think you go back to the very beginning of the level. Oh no!
Oh no, yeah, it's absolutely to the beginning of the level.
That is so illegal. And there's the reset. Very nice attempt there, but unfortunately not enough. You know, chat, you're saying that you're worried about a crisis where only one officer responds. Remember, this is RoboCop. He's a robo and a cop, okay?
True.
That's all you need. Chat pointing out the gun and his partner. Yeah, the gun could definitely be RoboCop's partner. I'd say his partner is the law. Although I imagine he would probably shoot somebody for parking illegally. Oh my gosh, Corndan. I once had a warrant out for my arrest. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I did not.
No, it was for parking tickets.
I once was detained by Mounties.
What? Okay, there's a story here. Why did Mounties
there's actually not a story.
What?
Right. I was going into Canada for work, and apparently, right, people didn't send over the right paperwork and told me they did. Mm-hmm. So when I crossed over the border and didn't have the right paperwork, which was just done but not filed.
Yeah.
Right. They pulled over the car, like going through customs, and because I didn't have everything on hand and they didn't have it in their system, I got detained until everybody got me everything that they needed.
I love it. Well, okay,
I mean, which was only like 30 minutes, but it was like, right. I had to sit there.
Honestly, yeah. If anybody is going to detain you, it's best to have the Mounties do it. Like, okay, because they are the kindest, police force out there. Like,
actually, the person going through it was pretty freaking annoyed.
oh, really?
Yeah. They just were having a bad day or something. I don't know.
Okay, you got the cruelest one then. Yeah, I had a warrant out for my arrest because I had unpaid parking tickets. So, yeah, as soon as I found that out, I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna pay them. Actually, I think it was just one unpaid parking ticket, which was dumb because parking near the university is absolutely a total mess. And I thought that I was parked correctly, but I guess I wasn't. Heck, I've gotten a parking ticket for parking the wrong direction on the road. For facing my car, like, south instead of north. Or whatever. I don't know. It was dumb. Yeah, I think it's dumb that they could, like, anything near the university here in our town, like, they... Help! They are very, very particular about ticketing people and getting their money. And I would guess that probably 50 to 75% of the tickets issued in the city are right around the university. Just because, you know, here's the deal. If people are from out of state, they're probably just going to pay instead of, like, complain about the police officers or anything like that. College students are notoriously easy to get to just pay rather than do anything else because they won't call out BS. Yeah. That's how our city makes money.
My city makes money through parking taxes. Or, not parking taxes, property taxes.
Property taxes? Okay.
Property taxes.
I do know that there is a city, the drive between Salt Lake and the city I live in, Logan. There's a canyon that is notorious for giving tickets. In fact, I think it was like 75% of their income came from giving people tickets. And the state decided to crack down on that. Like, that's a little bit excessive. A little excessive.
Help!
And yeah, essentially they only, like, whenever anybody is from out of state or anything, they're much more likely to get a ticket. Because, you know, do they want to travel back to that city in order to fight the ticket? No. That's going to be a huge waste of time and money and probably more expensive than paying the ticket anyway. Yeah, welcome to the way that stupid legal system works here. Anyways,
Alpha 5's about to die.
Alpha 5 has made a decent amount of progress here, though.
Yeah, this is all new progress here.
Yeah. Scattergun, but unfortunately Scattergun does not heal. Oh, no! Well, Alpha 5 still is probably considered in the lead due to the amount of progress in that area, so good job, Alpha 5. The Fizz, though, still has plenty of chances to catch up. What's interesting to me is that Alpha 5, between every death, fully resets the game. The Fizz hasn't been doing that.
I think if you know that you're resetting to the beginning of the game, right? Like, if you die, that you might as well. Like, it makes a lot of sense if you ask me.
As long as the intro sequence isn't that long, yes, I absolutely would reset instead of
within the scope of this game, right? I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. What Alpha 5 is doing.
I'd say so as well. Like, especially since they don't know how long the stage is. You know, Alpha 5 could potentially be right near the end.
Alpha 5 was pretty close to the end.
Yeah. Because that, if you do happen to get back there again and you have one less life than you could have had by resetting, it's a disadvantage. Stage 1, with a very short intro sequence, it's almost always a good idea to hit the reset.
And you can even spam through all of that, right, with the fire button.
Yeah. I love that, we have chat noticing that this stage is long and repetitive. What about stage 2? Is it the same type of stuff? I don't even remember what happens after this.
I don't either.
Well, okay.
It's been a while since we've given this out.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while. I could go check. I think stage 2 is a memory game. Let me, let me go look this up while we're...
I wouldn't be too surprised. A lot of the versions of RoboCop 2 out there have some sort of puzzle in the mix. I love that a bunch of versions of the Terminator also have, weird, stupid, required puzzles that game over if you get it wrong a single time. It's such a strange thing to put into an action game. But I guess, having a little bit of variety was encouraged, and puzzle games are relatively simple to throw together. Yeah, if you have a puzzle game ready to go, might as well just throw it in there. But I feel like RoboCop was less about the puzzles and more about the robot. I don't know, he doesn't really seem like the guy who had to put too many of his detective skills to work.
Well, no, if the problem is you just shoot everybody, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially where Alpha 5 was pretty close to the end of the level. All right, level 2 is a memory game.
Okay.
Right, that's been on other RoboCop games before. Then level 3 is the shooting range game from the NES.
Because why not? I love that it's a different developer for this game, but they still took things from Ocean's development and put them in here. I mean, I guess why not?
Then we get to the Tokugawa Brewery, which is the exact same thing as all of this, with just a slightly different palette.
Okay.
I expect we'll see somebody get there.
Yeah, we've still got half an hour left in this 1 hour long match. For those who are new here, by the way, these matches go on for 1 hour, and whoever makes the most progress at any given point takes the victory. At this point, nobody has made it to stage 2, but if someone does and they game over, that's okay. They set their high watermark there, and will be able to stay in the lead until the other player passes them. And honestly, sometimes we see really solid pushes early on in a match that can never be passed again. I don't think that's going to be the case in this game. That is not the case here,
no.
Yeah.
So, after the Tokugawa Brewery, there's another memory section, then another shooting range. Then we go to the Civic Center. And at the end of the Civic Center, we fight RoboCop 2.
Wait, after the Civic Center, we fight RoboCop 2?
Yeah, like Kane, right at the end of the movie. Have you ever seen this movie?
No! I've never seen any RoboCops. Okay, maybe we need to have a movie night sometime soon and watch RoboCop 1 and then RoboCop 2, because apparently I'm missing out a lot. I grew up in Utah where we didn't believe in robots.
But you believe in Jesus, and RoboCop is Jesus.
We also believe in Robo-Jesus. No, JK. People in Utah don't believe in Robo-Jesus. It doesn't make sense. How would that even make sense?
I mean, ask Futurama. They've got a space pope.
I mean, but that's cool, okay? Think of the phrase space pope.
Space pope.
Yeah, space pope, bam, we're good. Do I believe in Robo Jesus too? Yeah, I believe in the sequel to Robo Jesus, but not the original. Honestly, I'm really excited for humanity to get, or for robots to get to the point, for AI to get to the point where we have to be like, okay, do we stop punishing the creators of the robot and punish the robot instead? I mean, maybe we'll get there soon, but yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, you know and I know, right, that if we ever get robots to that point, the first thing that Americans are gonna try to do is have sex with it.
We already tried. I mean, look, okay, I'm doing a run for Fastest Furs later today for AI Dungeon, specifically a storytelling showcase, and I have to try really hard to not make it go lewd. Because the robot just likes it. It's like, yeah, I know what you want. I know why you're playing the game here. I'm like, no, I want a good story. It's like, oh, let's go to the bedroom. Here's some ladies chained up. I'm like, why did you chain ladies up, robot? Why are their ladies chained up? And it's like, the ladies like it. I'm like, shut up. No, they don't. They aren't even real. You're a bad robot, bad. Yeah, so that was my experience.
I mean, to be fair, Blasphemous, I'm pretty sure AI Dungeon. I've played a little bit of it, not with the new, not with the fancier GPL3 engine, but with the other one, and it just assumes that no matter what you start with a genre, that you would like a porno.
The new, more sophisticated one is definitely worth playing through a couple times. I feel like I really enjoy it. There's some, I had like an existential nightmare story one time. That was fun.
I mean, if the new version were free, at least it wasn't when I played it.
No, it's not.
Right, like, I don't put enough time into stuff like that to justify the subscription cost for AI Dungeon. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
but
I've also heard that there are other sites that are getting really cool, like Novel AI. I need to give it a shot sometime. I do put a decent amount. Heck, I do shows occasionally with AI Dungeon, so it's worth it for me. I like it. I treat it as an improv partner.
I think it's cool, right? I mean, and I think if you're trying to, like you treat it like an improv partner, you just want to see what happens, right? And you're playing a couple times a day or whatever, a couple times a week, right? Mm-hmm. I think that it's worthwhile for the subscription.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the closest I've come to doing one-person improv that actually felt fun. One-person improv is not usually something you should do. It's not boring, it's just extremely risky. But that I actually feel comfortable doing because the robot is a very good scene partner and likes to throw in some spicy stuff on occasion. And I love like being able to give the AI options that I know, oh, things could go wrong, but will only go wrong if I behave like specifically like this, and I'll give it like small little indications that, hey, feel free to screw this up, and then it does, and I'm like, yes, you are a wonderful scene partner. You're better than some of the improvisers I've played with, and those are people, those are humans. Oh my gosh, there was one time, the strangest thing that I've ever come across in improv. I was at a workshop and they were trying to get people to make bold decisions like Generally, you want to make bold decisions in order to up some sort of emotional tension going on in the scene, whether jealousy, rage, love, and this one person was having a really boring scene, and they stepped in for the workshop and said, okay, here, you need to make a big decision and say something that will make a huge improv. So what, or, you know, that'll make tension. And so what did she say? She said, my heart has a battery powered by Richard Simmons.
Okay.
And what the crap do you do with that? Where do you go from there? It makes no sense. Why would your heart be powered by a little Richard Simmons? Why do, like, how am I supposed to react emotionally to that?
Well,
I'd probably be like, we need to start seeing other people.
Or I mean, maybe you're worried for Richard Simmons.
Yeah. It just, I loved having her in the group because every time she was in a scene, I was like, it is time to take notes about all of the crazy things that are going to be said. Because they do not work at all for improv, but they work fantastically for memories of how terrible all of those scenes were.
I don't know. That sounds like something that would just come up in conversation during a Kuso6rande match.
Well, yeah. Alpha 5 is getting close to the end of the stage again. And so look at all that health.
Both he and the Fizz have both kind of done a really good job getting back to this point.
Yeah. It's just, you got to be patient. Like, you have a timer, but it's not very strict. Be patient. Don't take too much damage. Make sure that if there are health pickups, you get them. A few bullets, it's fine. Honestly, you're a robot.
Be judicious with the use of your ammo. I mean, you get a lot of ammo, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you might as well just be shooting it all over the place.
Yeah, if there's a bad guy, you should probably kill them.
So basically, where they go from here, kind of at the end of this long hallway, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna drop down. I think it's actually coming up right where
oh no!
Alpha 5 is.
The hostage is dead. Well, that happens to the best of us.
All right, so now basically, this whole thing, you just need to keep working your way to the bottom.
A little bit annoying in some places, but not too bad. Alpha 5 has nuke all. Yeah, that's always good.
So Alpha 5 is doing the right thing, going up, get that energy.
Yeah, you want.
It's really not necessary right now because Alpha 5 is at the end of the level, and so all you have to do is just like kill everybody that's here.
You blew up the nuke lab.
We blew up the nuke lab. We saved the nuke lab. Which sounds a
little sketchier than it is, but you know.
so that's our first real progress. Yeah. Our first end of the level. Now Alpha 5 can just go to the end of the level.
Dum, 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 dum. Well, there we go. It is puzzle time for Alpha 5. Alpha 5 plays a lot in mystery tournaments, so I know he loves puzzle games.
These aren't that bad either.
Yeah, honestly, I'm trying to remember what the overall goal is. Is it to just get everything that has the red orb?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alpha 5's losing this one. Malfunction. Time to go to the shooting range. Apparently you don't even need to beat that. No, don't shoot the children. Okay, Alpha 5, those are hostages. I don't know which ones are bad. Maybe all of them are.
Right, it reminds me of the shooting range scene in Men in Black.
Yeah. I love it.
Which, if you ask me, is one of the best scenes in that entire movie.
It's a good movie, and that is a fantastic scene. Uh-oh, out
So,
of ammo.
Chance asking, who found this game? Was it me? And it was me. Right,
Well,
of course it was me. It was RoboCop 2.
Yeah, RoboCop 2. Well, Alpha
So now-
5 is on to the second platforming section here, and I presume it just gets a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's more of the same, honestly. Right, the hard part about it is more that it, Alpha 5 doesn't just reset now when he dies.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm laughing because I saw the next game and I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, the next game is wonderful. All right, so the only real difference here in this area that's not in the other is, and Alpha 5's already figured out, to cross the vat of beer, you have to jump and hold on to the hook. Otherwise, you just immediately die.
Ugh. Yeah. I really like these enemies' jeans. Okay, they've got Levi vests, they've got jeans or sometimes leather pants. Like, they are classy for the 80s.
They're like, I mean, they're like, standard 80s minions.
Yeah. I like it. I would love to have minions looking just like this, okay?
White undershirt, some sort of vest, because, jean vests were cool in the 80s.
Death to Coca-Cola. I mean, not to the Coca-Cola, but from the Coca-Cola. I mean, if you get Coca-Cola up in your robot, not gonna last very long.
I'm pretty sure that's beer, but yes. You know what? It's Coca-Cola for the time being.
I mean, as far as I know, it could just be mud. Really thin mud. Really thin, bubbly mud. Yeah, I'm saying Coca-Cola. You do not want beer sitting open like that, okay? Bad. See? Because your robots might die.
Yeah.
Enter
Are we
name
sure
on
it's not
keyboard.
Mountain Dew? I mean...
That is not the color of Mountain Dew. If Mountain Dew is ever that color, you need to go see a doctor. Even if you haven't had any, you've been exposed.
All right, so next, this is a good one to follow is the Fizz, because the Fizz is getting to the point. Fizz is okay. The Fizz is dead.
Oh. Cadis is... Oh, by the way, there apparently is a new flavor of Mountain Dew that has ginger in it, which actually sounds really good. Ginger and citrus go very well together.
They do.
It's just I usually don't drink sugar these days because I don't like to. Give me
gingerbread Mountain Dew. You know what? I would drink it.
Honestly, it's probably pretty legit. Not healthy. The opposite of healthy. But I guess, you don't have to have something not every day has to be 100% the healthiest stuff. Otherwise, we'd all just be eating, salads and bananas and all the good stuff. Oh my gosh, that actually sounds pretty amazing. I love bananas, okay? I could eat a banana or two every day of my life. every day of my life. Mike is saying that Mountain Dew is nasty. You know, the biggest memories that I have of Mountain Dew is at my grandpa's ranch, because he always, whenever he'd go, he basically only have Mountain Dew in his fridge. He'd always grab a Mountain Dew, be drinking it while driving around and, you know, having us throw hay at the cows, be like, hey, cows, better eat your hay. Eat your gosh dang hay. Stupid cows. They would. Then he'd drink his Mountain Dew a little bit more, and I was like, he'd drink Mountain Dew and eat Spam, and that's really... that was the ranch diet for you, okay? That's all you did in the late 80s and early 90s. Mountain Dew and Spam, everybody. Fried Spam, okay? Not any of the raw stuff, which isn't really raw, but yeah. Fry up a little Spam, have some Mountain Dew. Yeehaw. Now you know how to be a cowboy. Bays of Hail. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gainin, you're saying that the diet is Mountain Dew and Doritos. That's for a gamer. I'm talking about being a cowboy. Okay.
Yeah, you swap in the Doritos, right, for Spam.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of like Spam.
Gamers would probably... I eat Spam fairly-ish regularly.
Okay.
You know, because, like, I grew up with it, right? But on top of that, I went to college with a bunch of Hawaiians.
Oh, yeah, it's huge in Hawaii.
Right, because it's relatively easy to get.
Yeah.
And so I learned, right, you know, how to cook with Spam from Hawaiians. And now I have a son who has a very limited dietary palate, you know, because he's 6.
Yeah.
And he likes white rice. Oh, Spam musubi is great, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He likes hot dogs and white rice. Well, I have a rice cooker. If I'm gonna do, you know, a little bit of white rice, I might as well do a lot.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I can cook, my wife and I, you know, something other than, you know, hot dogs and rice, right? I can take the same rice, you know, then throw some vegetables and stuff and everything in it. Bam, Spam fried rice.
Yeah. Like, Spam and rice, that's the way to go. You gotta have rice if you're having Spam. I feel. My grandpa didn't. Yeehaw! You don't eat rice when you're a cowboy. Nah. Just fry up some Spam.
No, you gotta marinate that in some Mountain Dew first.
No. Oh my gosh. Do you want me to vomit now or later? Because...
I mean, whatever makes for good television.
Honestly, though, I'm just thinking, Spam, I'm relatively sure they made Spam sandwiches, and I'm relatively sure they put Miracle Whip on that, and I'm relatively sure that's making me sick just thinking about it.
So, there's nothing wrong with any of that, right? You take the Spam, you slice it long ways so you get like the big squares, right? And you marinate it in a little bit of soy sauce and mirin and maybe some garlic powder, right? That basically gets you like teriyaki Spam.
Yeah, I would just say
right?
that it's...
You let that sit for like 20 minutes and then fry it up, right? That's real good on a sandwich.
Oh, yeah, but would you put Miracle Whip?
I mean... No, I'd probably, you know, I might put regular mayonnaise, right? You know, because it's still like a pork product, but like, hey, whatever, each their own.
Yeah, I guess. I still feel like it's a little bit of a crime, at least a tiny crime. Spam eggs and rice. Yeah, that's basically a good.
Spam eggs and rice is delicious.
That's what life is about. Okay, the spam eggs and rice. I still think that, it's understandable that spam is very, very processed, but it's not as, like, there's definitely worse stuff out there.
Yeah, you can buy teriyaki spam. You are right.
Oh, yeah,
however,
I've had teriyaki spam.
So, you can't find it everywhere, though. Like, I cannot find teriyaki spam in my area. Right? Just doesn't exist.
Could order it. Order some teriyaki spam.
Like if you're gonna special order spam, though, there are way weirder spam to order. Right, special.
Yeah.
Like you can get Portuguese sausage spam.
Ooh. Okay. Seriously, some of the sausage, well, I guess it was in Brazil, but I presume that Portuguese sausage is relatively similar. Some of the best sausage in existence is what I've had in Brazil. So that sounds very tempting.
So I've had it, right? So, once again, in school and all that, right? One of the things that they were always looking, fraternity brothers were looking to get if somebody was going home for winter break or whatever, to bring back the Portuguese sausage and all that. Well, one of them found this Portuguese sausage spam, and it doesn't taste exactly like Portuguese sausage, but it's pretty close.
My gosh.
It's really good.
I'm not hungry, but now I'm kind of hungry.
No, just the fizz go down, fizz.
Down to the right. This is the fight. Oh my gosh, the Fizz could potentially move into the lead in this final push. This is ridiculous, Corndan.
So all they have to do is get past the second vat of Coca-Cola.
Great. Now I want some Portuguese sausage.
Well, maybe you can find it. Is there an ethnic grocery store near you? They might have to get all of the nuke or something.
Like, there are a lot of Hispanic stores here in
might
town.
Have to get all the
but
nuke.
That's about it. Oh no! Well, if that is the case, you better.
I think they have to
gotta
get all the
shoot
nuke.
that box right there. I think. Doesn't that have nuke?
Yeah. Watch, I bet that's gonna do it. I bet that's gonna do it.
No. I don't know. Nope. The Fizz is done.
Right. They had to go get all the nuke.
Oh, I love it. It still is the Fizz's chance to move into the lead, though. This is great. Okay, puzzle time. Don't really need to do the puzzle, but the easiest way to do this is to generally go along the outline. If you're going to actually try to complete the puzzles. But yeah, you don't have to. In fact, I don't even know what advantage you'd have for
doesn't matter
beating the puzzle. Shooting range! Just use all your bullets. Although, I don't know if you have to do so well or anything here. The Fizz is just shooting as much as possible. No ammo. Yeah, that's it. You're rated as poor. Whatever. You get to move on. The Fizz could move into the lead here. Wow.
Like, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna come down to two. It's literally gonna come down to two vats.
Of course, it's Vatman giving out the game.
Yeah,
of course
it's
down to the vats. Oh my gosh, Corndan, how did you plan this?
I mean, I'm just that good.
You're Vatman.
All right, go up again. Now go. I mean, I didn't plan for this, but it's great because I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is literally going to come down to this. Like, literally this life.
Okay, but... Okay, no! No!
That's it. That's going to be... That's going to be the game.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and keep this going for another minute and a half.
So, Fizz's comment in Discord is, there's no way I could make it back to where I was in time. I hate this.
Yeah! Yeah, that's true.
Right. So my response to them was just, it's the premier RoboCop 2 experience. I hate this. Like, this game is so bad.
It's really...
It's
not
really difficult.
well designed. Yeah, it's too difficult for what it is early on. I mean, then again, you do want to make sure that games that are being buffed for more than like $1 have more than an hour worth of gameplay. But I don't know. This game leaves a lot to be desired.
Yes.
Okay, here we are.
We only
on
got like
to
30 seconds left.
Yeah. Okay, the explosions lead us to the finale of the game. That is it. That is time. Everybody, throw your hands up in the air and celebrate because we are done. Well, the Fizz had a very good final attempt, but unfortunately did not clear enough VATs to move from second to first. Alpha 5 takes the victory today. Let's go ahead and welcome them in to chat with us.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate that comment in Discord so much.
I'm gonna have them come in. So, Cornette, how do you feel that the players did?
About how I expected. The game's real tough.
Yeah, this isn't the easiest game out there.
No, not one bit.
No, I'm sad that I missed that one grab. I could have gone a little further, but I don't know who won.
Well, you know, you all thought I was here to give out RoboCop 2, but really I'm Batman.
You know, you're right. There were VATs of Coca-Cola, and I died in the second one.
Yeah, there were quite a few
and the first
VATs.
one.
Yeah.
Literally, the difference between the two of you guys in the end was Alpha 5 died in the second vat of Coke. Fizz died in the first vat of Coke.
Yes! I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, boy. It was a very slim lead, and yet that's all that matters sometimes when it's Kuso6rande. The Fizz, you had such a good push at the end there, though. That was really fantastic.
Like, my biggest problem was I didn't quite, like, for whatever it was, for like the longest time, I couldn't quite get a grasp as how I should attack that game. And when I died the very last time, that's when it clicked, like 40 minutes in, and there just wasn't enough time to actually probably even beat that second vat of Coke.
So
I felt really bad that I thought, okay, I'll hold up on the thing, and then I'll go it, and I held onto it, and it's great, and then I jumped again, and I was really sad.
You both did that.
But that was my first and only time I got on the hook, so that was...
Yeah, I made it past the first one, I jumped for the second one, I missed it by like a pixel, and then just died.
And then it's
And I'm
like,
just
oh,
I
well, maybe
really
we'll
hope
continue
that
from
either
there.
Couldn't clear the first stage because it was forever, or just didn't make the crap.
Yeah, this game is brutal.
Yeah.
Honestly, once I got the controls, I really liked it, but I didn't like, the enemies. If they were
No.
gone, I'd have fun.
Well, yeah, because the enemies were pretty inconsequential until there was 3 million of them, and then they were no longer.
So a couple times when I cleared the first stage, I made it up to that last part a few times, and occasionally just spawned a bunch of dudes who could shoot down, and then the first time I got past it, it spawned one of them. And I'm like, well, that was nice. I was really scared because I had no help, but that was nice.
Yeah, okay. Understandably, this game has problems. Was there anything that you enjoyed out of it? Was there anything that you feel was redeemable about this game?
Honestly, once I really got the controls, I liked the movement just because, the way you had to move fluidly, it was a lot of rapid, precise actions, and I kind of liked that, and RoboCop always kind of moved exactly where you wanted him to. Once you got it, to shoot straight up, I pressed down up really fast, and then I did that once total, but, it was nice. I also really liked the title screen theme song. That's a banger,
yeah,
so,
banger.
Oh, yeah, the title. I don't know. The Amiga had so much good music. And honestly, Coordinate and I were talking, and this may be the best RoboCop game out there, maybe only surpassed by the prototype NES RoboCop 1 game, which never was released, because why wouldn't they release the best RoboCop game in existence?
The
They knew it was good, so they couldn't do it.
The prototype NES RoboCop versus Terminator is honestly probably the best RoboCop game out there.
So dumb.
Yeah, the thing that I'm most confused about, because I got RoboCop 3 for the Amiga last Kuso, was how they decided to go from this to whatever that travesty was.
So that one I can sort of answer, because they did it for DOS at the same time, right? Last year when I gave you that, right, that's the better of the two RoboCop 3 versions, because the DOS version is just unplayable.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that, the 3D RoboCop. Oh!
Yeah, so right, that was just definitely one of those things, at that point in time, it was what, 92 or 93? Stuff like Doom and all of that were coming out, right, and Descent, so oh, well, we should do this, there's computing power, right, to finally do what we think we should do. Right,
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
Well, so if we can do it on DOS, we can do it on Amiga. And, then you get what you get. I'm not saying it was good. Right? I at least know how they got there.
Yeah, at least that makes sense.
Well, I had a lot of fun. Alpha 5, seriously, congrats. Fizz, you're still in this. You'll be going to the loser's
Unfortunately,
bracket.
I mean, what?
Yeah, we're not letting you go yet.
Darn. Never let you leave. It's a trap. This whole tournament is just dancing for Rosentia.
I keep signing up, too. It's very bizarre. I don't know why I keep signing up.
Strange. Maybe it's just other people signing you up, and you're like, well, shucks.
Well, I guess I'm going.
I guess I gotta play. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let you two go. Thank you so much, and Corndad, thank you for giving us a VAT-based video game. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I will see you all later. Take care.
Thanks for
All
having
right,
us.
bye-bye. Join
Bye.
Mystery Tournament.
Yeah, Mystery Tournament. Everybody should join. I joined. Well, okay. Looks like they're running away. I am going to run a quick advertisement. We have one more game coming up after the one that we just had. After that, we will be raiding the Festive Furs Marathon, because I've got 2 runs over there today, and NPC is going to be running. We've also got a beautiful run of that one. Oh my gosh, there are just a lot of strange and weird games. Jew Horse had one earlier. It's a good community. Mixed Cyborg had a run earlier. Okay, whatever. I'm running an ad. We'll be back. Doo-doo-doo. Actually, you know what? You can probably still hear me, so everybody.